CB4. Get in there.
Yeah, I was like, I'm CB4 black all day, every day. I'm blackity black, 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 but not the fake black that got a white wife or white husband in the background. Let me not
The fake. Who you talking about? Harry Belafonte? Was that towards Harry Belafonte?
Towards Sidney Poitier.
Are you saying that you can't be? Are you saying you can't be pro-black if you're married to a white person?
That you can, no, I agree. You can technically still be pro-black, but the difference is what are the chances of that person putting back into the black community? Like you may be personally putting back to the black community, but is she going to a black beauty shop? Is she shopping in? So anyways, with that being said, but look, let me go back to this. So what I'm hearing is that, because my question, when Jay asked that question, so this is rhetorical. When Jay asked that question, like, what are black people known for? Bad customer service. My first question was, how do we become known for bad customer service? Because, you know, back in the day, black folks used to excel at customer service, particularly long, long time ago when they sold watermelon as an example. And then, you know who got a hold of that? Because they found out how much money black folks was making selling watermelon. They made it a negative trope and negative stereotype. And therefore, black folks kind of disassociated themselves with the watermelon business. And so my question is that what we're experiencing within the black community now, where somebody said, oh, they got poor customer service. And while unfortunately some things become internalized as a stereotype, we then internalize and act on it to our own detriment. But is that how it actually started? Because how do we know about this poor customer service? I think I'm going to give an example. So today I had an appointment at 9:00. The person was 10 minutes late. I was the first appointment of the day. My husband was with me and she called to let me know she was running 10 minutes late. The first thing my husband said was, oh, this is a black business, ain't it? And I was like, what the, you know, and I was like, why automatically did you assume it was a black business? And then I said, well, actually, yeah, because if you know me, I'm going to shop black first. I'm going to do business black first. And because I want to support within the black community. And, but I was like, yo, I'm experiencing some anti-blackness from you for you to make that statement. He said, nah, cause they late. And I said, shit, she was probably expecting us to be late. She probably surprised that we early and on time. I was like, I don't know. But the point is, I think that we lead sometime with these tropes and therefore we come in with these attitudes and we're already expecting the worst. So as soon as they do something that we view as being detrimental or not necessarily customer oriented service, then we'll say, oh, that's because they're black. But like I said, we'll go to Chinese place, get beat up, everything apparently, and we'll still shop in there, still get our nails done. We'll still eat some roaches. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying this. I don't know if they got roaches.
Wow.
I'm not.
Wow. I wish I'd have interjected.
Are you sure you weren't shooting that community as well?
Can I interject and save you?
This is very stereotypical. So wow. Stereotypical. But I will say that for the shops, like we'll still shop in the Quickie Marts. We'll still shop we'll still get our nails done. We'll still get these things taken care of, no matter how bad they treat us, because we've already proven that it doesn't matter how they treat us when we spend our dollars. So all I'm saying is, yes, black businesses, customer service needs to improve in some cases, in some businesses. But I also am saying that for those who say, hey, I want it done, well, shit, where else was you want it done at? You know what I'm saying? And if you find yourself not wanting it done at somebody else who was of another ethnicity, then why are you wanting done with the black folks, the black business? That's all I'm asking. Just consider that when you move forward. But otherwise, he got a point about the customer service. He got a point about you should shop with a place that provides excellent customer service, or at least quality customer service, quality care. And I'm just saying that sometimes we have a tendency to come in with preconceived notions, and therefore, no matter what that black business do, we're already checking for it to be wrong.
No, real quick, Jay, I'm going to pass it to you. You know what's funny, S&M? If you have a preconceived notion and you get proven correct, then what leg do you have to stand on at that point, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I mean, I feel like I hate when you be like, it's anti-black, when it's usually in situations when niggas prove the nigga correct. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it was a situation where hey, watch them be late, and then they're not late, okay, you got a case there. But if he's like, they're late, and then you confirm that, it's like, you don't really have a case there. Just like with the whole resting bitch face. If you're mad for real, then it's like, okay, your face truly describes how you're feeling. And how is that a trope? So I hate when y'all be throwing that shit around. Like, no, this is specific and it's accurate. But go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I just want to say that, you know, we can give grace to scale, right? Economies of scale, right? I'm a teacher. I would talk like a teacher, whatever. We can give grace to that. We can give the grace fact that you haven't made it big yet. You might not have everything. That's fine. And we can take marks off of our customer experience. That's fair too, right? And maybe that goes in your overall customer service, right? But you know what another part of customer service is that people are always overlooking is courtesy. courtesy. If you have courtesy, it'll go a long way in you not having the things that other places have, right? And I'm going to say this, and maybe I'm too old for the rest of y'all to get this. But I remember when there was a lady in the neighborhood who sold candy, and she sold like Kool-Aid pickles and chips and stuff, right? And she was just as good as the corner store, and people went to her. Not because she had like the big refrigerators, whatever, but she had courtesy at her spot. You could go to her house, get your little candy or whatever, and go back, right? So we will support Black business. We grew up doing that, but can we at least have courtesy in our customer service? Let's be known for courteousness. Let's be known for that. Let's be excellent at something. Let's start choosing that, and everything else will get better.
Listen, the only thing I would say is in closing this conversation, because there's other things that we want to talk about for sure. Is just be more accountable, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the business, be in the business of business. Understand who your customers are. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not about, okay, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna land with this one, right? Like, I'll be honest with y'all. How many of y'all rely on family and friends to support your business for real, for real? I don't know about y'all, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you're likely to get support from strangers sometimes more than it is if people be close to you. And I feel like, unfortunately, that'd be the truth sometimes, right? Not just in terms of like Black people, but I guess since I mostly know Black people, that's the reality of it to a certain extent. Sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. People be jealous, they be hating. There's a lot of reasons why people don't support, and I get that. But yeah, we don't support for a reason. I hate that it's like that. But I also think it's because we're not also being accountable too. And nobody wants to keep on bumping their head into a situation if nobody's going to be accountable.